Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Valerie, and today I'm going to be playing with some new makeup, specifically some new eyeshadow that from a brand that I recently became an affiliate with. Their name is Bombshell Cosmetica, and they're an indie brand based out of Puerto Rico. And the palette that I'm going to be playing with today is their Candylicious palette. It looks like this. How cute is that? It looks like Nerds, and that's what a lot of their stuff looks like. Candy themed products, sweet themed products. I also bought their strawberry milkshake palette, which looks like this. How cute. And the lashes that I have on are also from them. They are the Smile, excuse me, I have hiccups. They are the Smile Surprise lashes from their brand, and they're a lot bigger than what I'm used to, but they're actually very lightweight. I'm pleasantly surprised with how they look. I thought they would look a little bit ridiculous, but now that they're on with this very dramatic look, I feel like it pulls everything together, makes everything look nice and fluffy, and I feel like they complement this eye look really well. So yeah, like I said, I did recently become an affiliate with them, so if you're interested in purchasing any of the products that I use today, if you'd like to support me and support them, feel free to use my code. It is capital VBMUA. And yeah, that will get you 10% off your purchase, which is awesome. I'm so happy that they reached out to me. I've been following them for a little while, and all their stuff looks so cute. I'm so happy that I finally got to try some of their products, and I have to say I'm so incredibly impressed with how everything performed. So that's why I wanted to do a video for you guys. I wanted to show you how exactly they look, because I know it's hard to trust people that are affiliates to brands and things like that. So anytime I do become an affiliate with a brand, I'll be if I'm lucky enough to become an affiliate with a brand, I'll be sure to keep everything nice and honest and make a video so you guys can judge for yourself on whether or not you like how the products are performing. If you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, definitely keep on watching, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I have already gone ahead and prepped my face using my regular skincare. I already popped on my brows, so we don't have to go through that. So the palette I'm using today is actually called Candylicious. Looks like that. And it has a bunch of really pretty colors in there. I know that the look we're going for today is probably not going to be too colorful. I want to keep it nice and simple, because a lot of the Euphoria looks that we see are actually really simple. I think they, when Euphoria came out with their show, they wanted it to be something that was very achievable for teens, which I completely understand, and I love that they did that. First, I'm going to prime my eyelids using my Anastasia primer. I've really been loving that lately. Before, I would only use my Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyelids, but this I find works really well with eyeshadow. If you have a concealer, go ahead and use your concealer. I do really love the Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyelids. I also heard that the Morphe concealer was pretty good for that. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you want something a little bit more affordable. And in today's look, I am going to try to incorporate a lot more affordable brands. So I know I've been getting a lot more requests for using affordable makeup, which I will have a video up soon. I'm working on getting together some really awesome products, making sure I like them, trying new things, so I can really recommend some really good affordable products that, are going to be up to that higher end standard. I didn't really plan out this look. It's going to be Euphoria inspired and not exactly a look that you've seen on Euphoria. I know a lot of people have really been getting into more of the using the gems and little accessories on the eyelids, which I love. I feel like you can make a really big fashion statement with just your eyes, which is amazing. So I really like the shade Peaches. Looks like that. You do have a little bit of fallout, but as I mentioned in my last video, that's pretty much expected with very pigmented shadows. And I didn't go ahead and set the space just because I feel like you really don't have to with this eyeshadow primer. Alright, and I'm just going to take them right in my crease. and fan it out. And I really want to make this as simple as possible because I really want to make this as simple as possible because I feel like a lot of people think that looks have to be really intricate and difficult, but or colorful looks have to be really intricate, and they really don't have to be. I feel like if you have a couple of really standout colors that you blend out, that you work on just blending out well and pairing well together, that you really don't have to go too intricate with how many colors you use. So I want to show that in today's look. And then just bringing the shadow very close to my brow but not all the way up, and then fanning it out past the tail of my brow where it ends just a little bit more. So it's gonna look crazy at first, I know that. Elf Cosmetics actually sells these little eye tapes that work really well if you don't like to take a wipe afterwards and sharpen it up. But I always do that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue what we're doing. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say that shadow blended out seamlessly. I know I'm an affiliate with them, but I actually really wanted to sit down and do this video so I could really show you how these shadows perform, so you guys can form your own opinion on whether or not you like the brand, like the shadows. But right now I'm very impressed. Okay, so we have our eyes nice and bright. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to go into Cherry Pie, which is this red shade right here. And it's very, very pigmented, so I'm going to take just the tiniest bit just to kind of define my outer corner a little bit more. I don't want it to look too red. I definitely want to keep more of this peach tone to it. But this red is really pigmented, so you want to pick up as little as possible and just really make sure that's blended in to the peach. And I'll probably go back into the peach and kind of buff out that red a little bit more. Now that we have that done, I'm going in with a slightly smaller brush and going into the shade Cheesecake, which is just this light beige color. And we're gonna go right underneath the brow bone and make sure there are no harsh edges. And soften everything up. In case you guys are wondering like what my guide is on how what angle to kind of sharpen that edge with, I usually go from the corner of my eye and leave a little bit of space between the end of my brow and where I end the shadow, and then I just go back towards my temple. So you want to keep it as straight as possible. Sometimes you mess up a little bit, that's okay. I always like to give myself more room, more wiggle room, just to make sure everything's nice and symmetrical. Now that we have the base pretty much done, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease, and I'm gonna show you guys a really easy way to cut your crease. At least it's pretty easy to me. A lot of people tend to overthink it. So grab a small round brush like this, and I'll probably insert a picture of it, but take your concealer or your eyeshadow primer, as long as it has some kind of skin tone pigment to it that's a little bit lighter than your foundation, you'll be fine. And then I take this, and starting from the inner corner, you want to stamp that first little domed shape, right? And then you're going to bring it just following your natural crease shape. If you don't really have a defined crease, that's okay. Think of it as kind of drawing a rainbow on your eyelid. You want to keep that shape. And I'm just gonna do a half cut crease today. So I'm doing more like half of a rainbow. Okay, and now that that's starting to get more defined, you can go in with a little bit more product if you have to, but I'm going to start filling in that rainbow shape. I'm doing the same thing on the other eye. You want to keep them as symmetrical as possible. And I know not everyone likes to do a cut crease, but the reason I like to do it is because it makes everything that you put on top of it stand out so much more. And when you have really colorful eyeshadows, it helps a lot to do this. So you want, if you want something a little bit more vibrant on top. I have a little cut crease going on. Now I'm going to clean off that brush, dry it off on like a tissue. I'm using that same brush, I'm going back into Peaches, stamping that right on top of where we carved out the crease. Not bringing it all the way to the end of that, because we're going to go in with the color in the middle and do just a little bit, add a little bit of shimmer. Cleaning off the same brush, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, using the least amount of products and tools as possible, because I know not everyone has a billion tools to use, and that's okay. It's okay to have one tool that you keep, you know, handy. Keep handy some wipes, some brush cleaner, and some tissues, and you'll be good. And then I'm taking the color Cotton Candy, which is this really pretty peachy pink right here. And I'm kind of stamping that on the center of my lid and moving it outwards. Okay, so we have that all done. Now here comes the fun part. Liner, lashes, and little gems. So by little gems, I mean these bling stickers that I got from Michaels. I can't remember how much they were, so I'm sorry about that. I know they always have coupons if you sign up for their emails and things like that. So keep that in mind, but you get a lot, you know, a lot that you can play with. And today I'm using the pearls. I did a look on my Instagram using some gems inspired by this one like blue look that the character Maddie had on in Euphoria, and that looked really cool. But now I'm very much feeling these pearls. So I'm taking the smaller sheet, and they give you like a lot of options, which is nice. And I think I'm just gonna play around a little bit and see what I like best. I usually use tweezers to like place these, so I'm doing that today. Just be careful with tweezers around your eyes, of course. I think I'm just going to kind of half cut my eyes with some pearls, and then maybe put some along my brow. our face is bedazzled, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some eyeliner and then some lashes. And I'm gonna use my trusty Pretty Easy Clinique liner in black. This formula isn't waterproof, but it is long lasting. So if you have sensitive eyes and you feel like getting waterproof makeup off is like such a hassle, this is definitely the way to go. It's a brush tip, so it doesn't drag, and it doesn't dry out if you store it upside down. I know a lot of why I don't like using felt tips is because they tend to dry out a lot quicker. And this one's nice and precise, so you don't really have to worry about the line getting too thick. Taking this Voluminous Lash Paradise in the waterproof formula. And I really like this. It's actually meant to be, I don't know if the company's like outright and said it, it's meant to be a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So if you like that one and you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, I would definitely try this one out. It's very black, a little bit goes a long way, and I usually go in with lashes anyways, but it's pretty nice. And this waterproof formula really does not budge at all. Foundation that I'm going to be using today is one from Flower Beauty. It was a brand that was originally sold in Walmart. It's Drew Barrymore's brand, and we got it in Ulta, and I bought this foundation, and when I tell you I automatically fell in love, I fell in love, and hard. This one right here. It's nice and affordable. It's a moderate coverage, and it has more of a dewy finish to it. It's called the Light Illusion, and the color I'm wearing, and the color that I normally like to wear is Natural Beige M1. It has 1 fluid ounce, very standard. I like the packaging, it's nice and sleek. Glass bottle, it has a pump, which I love. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Japanesque sponge as always. You guys know I love this thing. And I'm gonna do maybe about 3 pumps of that. I forgot primer. I almost forgot primer. Okay, hold on. Today I'm trying the new Cosmetics Jelly Pop Primer, and people have been loving this. I think Jeffree Star, like when he did his review, he basically made it sell out in like every store. We got it in and it was out probably the same day, and so I had to wait for it to get back in stock. But this is the Dew Primer, and supposedly it's supposed to have a tacky feeling to it. And I normally use my Cover FX primer, which also has a tacky feeling and leaves my skin nice and dewy. And I do like that one a lot. It's one of my most used primers. So I'm hoping that this lives up to it and doesn't break me out, because it's a lot more affordable. I think it's like $8. I just get worried using new primers or things that are scented, because my face is really sensitive. So I'll let you guys know how this holds up. If I feel itchy, usually if something's going to irritate my skin, I feel the itchiness right away. So I'll let you know if that happens. Okay. So it actually smells really good. I thought it was going to smell like cough syrup, because people said that it smelled like cherries, and usually when I smell cherry scented products, it smells like cough syrup. This smells like fresh cherries, if that makes sense. It's not too overpowering. I actually really like it. Okay. Can already say there's not itchiness right now, which is great. And I'm gonna go in right with my foundation. And buff that into my skin. Okay, so we're not gonna go too crazy with that. The primer is definitely making this foundation look even more dewy, which I'm loving right now. Like you can probably already tell, this foundation definitely isn't the fullest coverage, which I don't mind. I normally like more of a moderate coverage foundation with some luminosity to it. I have dry combination skin, so this formula tends to work the best for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my under eyes. I'm gonna use a mixture of the Juvia's Place concealer along with my Shape Tape, because the Juvia's Place is just a little bit dark for me, but I like the coverage that it gives me. We're gonna just blend that out. And this is why I finish off my eyeshadow lower lash line last, because I know that I always go in with concealer after. Just a shape tape because it is lighter, and I'm taking that in the middle of my forehead and doing a nice thin line down the center of my nose, top of the lips, and chin area. And I'm just going to do a little bit more right in the highest points of my cheekbones, just so my face looks a little bit more bright in those areas. So I'm taking the shade Mink from Anastasia. Anything cool tone would definitely work for this step. And I'm just going to go right in my cheekbones. I love cream contouring. I feel like it looks very natural. Doesn't take away from any of the dewiness on the skin. And take a little brush and contour your nose. So now that we kind of finished up the contouring, I'm going to go ahead and set with the tiniest bit of powder, and I'm going to use the Juvia's Place powder in White Sands. Make sure that the under eye is not creasing by taking the sponge over it and just making sure everything's pressed in. Take a tiny bit of powder, I mean tiny bit, I'm even taking off the excess, and just kind of pat down the under eye. And I always bring it around my nose, down the sides of my nose, just to make it look even smaller. Give that illusion. The tip of the nose. Small lines. And then I take the tiniest bit and dust it everywhere else. And again, tiniest bit, really dusting off the excess and just kind of lightly dusting it everywhere else, kind of dusting in the nose contour. There, I think I'm just going to dust on a tiny bit of blush and finish off the cream bronzer with a tiny bit of powder bronzer. You don't have to do that step, I just feel like it makes it last longer. But normally I like how this looks already. So I'm just taking a little bit of a warm bronzer. And I'm actually taking my favorite Benefit Hoola bronzer in shade Caramel. And going back over that. And it definitely does give me more warmth, which I like. And then I'm going to take the shade Cookie from this palette and go down the bridge of my nose. This is your highlighter. Go down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, can't really do my brow bone, and then the top of my lip and cheekbones. I'm taking this color from Lorac called Technicolor. This really pretty coral pink shade. And really lightly pressing that on my cheeks and bringing it back. I'm also going to do my nose. Just a little bit, just look more sun-kissed. Probably looks a little crazy right now. And then I'm just taking my sponge and making sure there are no harsh edges. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line using shade Peaches from the Candylicious palette again. Dusting off any excess. Alright, and that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope it showed you that when you do colorful eyeshadow, you really don't have to be too worried about being too intricate. A couple colors created this look, and then I just basically bedazzled my face. So I hope it inspired you to kind of get more creative with your makeup. Feel free to go a little bit outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look. I think Colin, my fiance, is going to be photographing it later. Very happy with how it came out. I'm very happy with how the shadows performed. If you're interested in getting any of the Bombshell Cosmetica products, like the Candylicious palette, the Strawberry Milkshake palette, or even the lashes that I used, feel free to use my code. It's Valerie B, capital Valerie BMUA. And yeah, it does help me out a little bit. I know some people get a little bit iffy about affiliate codes, but I will always 100% be honest with you guys. Right now I'm very impressed with how these shadows performed. The one thing I will say is that they have some fallout, but if you watch my other videos, you know that I am no critic when it comes to fallout. I honestly think it's very normal, especially because I do my lashes, or I do my eyeshadow before my foundation to avoid getting any fallout on my foundation. So I actually really enjoyed everything. These lashes are bigger than what I thought they would be. I wish, or I don't know if they do or not, but I wish they included measurements on the website, and that's my only gripe. But I actually am really loving how they look right now. They're definitely more dramatic than what I normally go for, but I feel like it's fitting with this look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell notification so you're notified about all the times that I upload. And if you have any ideas of what you guys want me to create, definitely comment down below. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is ValerieB_MUA, and be sure to follow my fiance too. He takes all of my photos on Instagram, and he's the one who helps me set up basically everything from lights to the camera, and things like that. So if you're interested in seeing more of his work, his name is darkroom_image. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And if you recreate this look, definitely feel free to tag me on Instagram, or comment down below so I can find your Instagram. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and have a great day. Bye. I'm trying to FaceTime people to ask if these lashes are too big, and no one's answering me.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, lady.
I have a question.
What do you want for my labs? They don't look ridiculous.
They don't look ridiculous?
Nah. But if they do look dramatic, don't be scared to be dramatic. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's gonna be dramatic, be dramatic. You're not gonna be simple with some bow lashes.
Alright, you're right, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Hello?
Yes.
I have a question. Is it too huge?
Hold on 1 second.
What? Is it too big? What? No, you don't like my makeup?
I love it.
It looks good?
Mhm.
The lashes?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. They're big.
They look nice though.
I'm doing it right now. You're like in it. Say hi, sister. Say hi.
So,
To the camera.
hold on.
I got you biting into that pizza or whatever it is. Oh my god. Look, you have a feature. Yes. What's your Insta?
My first and my last name, which is probably a bad thing for you. birthday.
I feel cute.